Welcome back, everybody. Our new Encyclopedia Brown mystery is called The Case of the Brain Game by Donald J. Sobol. Tyrone Taylor was a friendly boy who was known throughout the neighborhood as Romeo Glue. He was always stuck on some girl. "Who is she this month?" Encyclopedia asked Sally as they biked to Tyrone's birthday party. "Cindy Hayes, the blonde in Mrs. Benson's fifth-grade class," Sally said. "She looks as if she'd lose her way walking upstairs. But she's smart. She's doing seventh-grade math." Cindy Hayes was also quick on her feet. She won the first game at the party. Musical chairs played blindfolded. "The music was wrong," Sally complained, rubbing her leg. "It should have been Lullaby to Shin Splints." For the second contest, pie eating, there were only 4 contestants. Chester Jenkins, Encyclopedia's widest pal, scared off everyone else. As soon as the eating began, Chester showed why he was nicknamed Jet Jaws. He won by half a pie. "You only go around once in life," Chester told the detectives. "You've got to eat the banana cream pies all the banana cream pies you can." "After he waddled off," Sally said, "Chester is sure to win another prize. First one in the dining room." Encyclopedia defended his pal. "Chester is more than an appetite and shoes. Don't forget that he won the brain game last year." "That's because Tyrone didn't let you play," Sally replied. Encyclopedia had not been allowed to enter any brain games since Tyrone's 5th birthday party. "You're too smart," Tyrone had said then, and every year since. "Tyrone is sweet, but unfair," Sally muttered. "It's his party," Encyclopedia said. "Maybe today I'll win something. I came close 2 years ago." 2 years ago he had placed second in a new game, Make Like. The idea then was to make like a walrus singing, The Yellow Rose of Texas. Encyclopedia had done well, tying with Linda Mills. After a sing-off, Linda had been awarded the prize. "You were gypped in the sing-off," Sally said. Linda sounded like a moose stuck in the mud. At every one of his parties, Tyrone makes sure his Girl of the Month wins a prize. "Today will be different," Encyclopedia said. "Why?" "Tyrone's mother will be doing the judging, at least of the brain game." "I'll believe it when I see it," Sally grumbled. She didn't grumble for long. The next game was shooting baskets. She sank 6 shots in a row and won easily. The games went on for another hour. Farnsworth Grant won at darts. Benny Breslin won the croquet tournament. Edith Martin won Simon Says. There were prizes for all the winners. Adorable Walsh won the cherry spit for a distance. Encyclopedia had his best finish. He breathed in when he should have breathed out. He wound up coughing and nearly choking. The war in his throat shot out the 3rd longest spit. Shortly before 3 o'clock, Mrs. Taylor, Tyrone's mother, announced the brain game. The children went inside. Chester Jenkins took a position close to the dining room. Encyclopedia settled on a chair in the rear. Mrs. Taylor passed out pencils and paper. "The object is to write down 9 common body parts that have only 3 letters. First, put your name at the top of the sheet." She waited for the children to write their names. "When you have written 9 body parts, raise your hand," she said. "Ready, everyone? You have 10 minutes. Go." Encyclopedia watched Cindy Hayes, Tyrone's latest girlfriend. She wrote for 6 or 7 minutes. Then she stopped. Her brow wrinkled. None of the other children wrote anything for the last 3 minutes. "They're stumped," thought Encyclopedia. "Time's up," Mrs. Taylor called. "Has anyone got 9? Heads shook glumly. "How many have 8? Chester and Cindy raised their hands. Mrs. Taylor took their papers and read them. Tyrone looked over her shoulder. "We have a tie," she said. "I'll give Chester and Cindy 3 more minutes to think of a body part they missed." She handed Chester and Cindy their papers. "Ready? Start." Tyrone left the room and came back a minute later, chewing. Cindy glanced at him questioningly. Tyrone stopped chewing and grinned. Then he blew a small pink bubble and quickly sucked it back into his mouth. Cindy wrote on her paper. "9! I have 9, she called. Mrs. Taylor took her list and read it. 9 it is. She gave Cindy her prize, a checkers set. Sally cornered Encyclopedia. "Cindy cheated, but I don't know how. I just know it." Encyclopedia, prove Tyrone helped her. I'll have to see her list, Encyclopedia said, but I'm pretty sure I know how Tyrone helped. All right, how did he help, everybody? Let's turn to page 83 to find out. Solution to the case of the brain game. The children were asked to write 9 three-letter common body parts. When Mrs. Taylor read Chester's and Cindy's lists, Tyrone looked over her shoulder. He learned which words Cindy had missed. After the game, Encyclopedia looked at Cindy's list. The first 8 body parts she had written were leg, eye, ear, arm, jaw, rib, lip, and toe. The 9th body part was at the bottom of her list. Encyclopedia knew it had been given to her by Tyrone. He had blown a bubblegum bubble. The 9th word was gum, the kind that surrounds your teeth. Shamed, Cindy gave Chester her prize. So it all worked out in the end. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.